Um, Jeff, when you look at this division, how would you slot the Browns in at this moment? Like, are they the clear last place team? Because, man, the Ravens look good. The Bengals look good on offense. I say with that huge asterisk.
Yes, you do.
We still don't know who's quarterbacking the Steelers. Like, what's your read on the AFC North as it stands right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, for anybody to say that automatically the Browns are in the lower rung, I look. You look at that offense and you say, well, the wide receivers is Jerry Judy, Cedric Tillman had another couple of nice weeks, then got hurt, and we didn't see him. I believe it was November. Didn't see him
Hmm.
again. So certainly a question there. David Njoku,
David Joku. Yep.
without quarterback play last year, he didn't really, look like the guy that, everybody felt he was after
Yeah.
2023 when he went out and did so well. Running back right now is Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford has been a nice contributor here. We think Nick Chubb is coming back, but even
Yeah.
if Nick Chubb is coming back, we have no idea what the expectation truly is for Nick. Between the injuries, between the fact he's, knocking on that door of 30, which is such a scary running back number, certainly you have a lot of questions about, the Browns on the offensive side of the ball. Pittsburgh doesn't have a quarterback. And even if it's Aaron Rodgers brings his own issues himself.
Oh, he sure
Pickens is
does.
his own issues himself. DK Metcalf at times can be his own issues himself. The whole TJ Watt thing, because TJ Watt's camp is saying, look, we signed our extension a month after Myles Garrett last time. When is this coming for us? And
Yep.
when the numbers go that way, I don't think Watt's camp is going to be in the same position they were a few years ago when he got more money than Myles Garrett. So
That's
that's going to
right.
create an issue there as well. Cincinnati, I love the idea and the premise of it. Look, let's keep the best thing we have going. And obviously for that, it is Burrow, it is Chase, it is Higgins. There's no question about that. But, you did all of this and thinking you were going to be able to keep Hendrickson, and now here's Hendrickson, who I believe was 37, 38 sacks combined the last 2 years, and it still seems like there's no way that this is going to work out for him. Then there's nobody else on that defensive side of the ball. So could you end up on the wrong end of a lot of 34, 30 games if you're Cincinnati?
Mm.
Baltimore, I think Baltimore, they always had this problem of just, what exactly is the right combination with Lamar. And the Henry thing, I didn't understand it at the time because it was like, when have we ever talked about the Baltimore Ravens and a lack of running game? It never seemed
Right?
like, right? Like they always
Never in my
ran
life.
well, and it was Gus Edwards and it was Justice Hill. But that worked out, and obviously, and I think they finally found, and every year they were trying to find receivers to work with Lamar, and I think Zay Flowers just kind of became that guy,
Yeah.
likely developed, which gave you a second tight option alongside Andrews. It's obvious Baltimore's the top team in this division right
Yeah.
now. And as far as ranking the rest of the three, if you want to say, I would say since he's at two because they have Burrow, you would say I'll give Pittsburgh three just because the Browns have no names right now, so we can't say no names are better than real names. But you want to revisit this, come April 26th, 27th, we might all feel a little bit different about things.
Right.
But I think Baltimore's got a firm grasp, and this is the thing with the AFC North is maybe not so much in 24, but in 23 it was so ultra competitive. But all these teams in the AFC, you're also competing against the rest of the AFC. So you
That's
think your
right.
division is tough, but meanwhile your conference is extremely tough. You can win double-digit games in the AFC and still find yourself sitting on the couch in January. That's the realism of the AFC. So a lot of work to be done. I think Browns fans are just hoping that the light's going to go back on and this team's going to find a way back to the playoffs in 2025. Um, I sure hope so. But looking at the way this roster is currently constructed, I mean, that would really be yeoman's work to go from where this team is sitting right now to believe that this team could make it to the playoffs in 2025.